You're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the New Age Geeks channel. Tonight we have Queer and Present Danger, a high fantasy homebrew D&D campaign with an all QPD with an all LGBTQ plus cast. Here, a little friendly reminder that here on the New Age Geeks channel is that we aim to create an all-inclusive space and make everybody feel welcome at our table.
The New Age Geeks includes more than just us. It relies on all of you wonderful geeks and your participation in the community that we're building together. If you want to become one of the New Age Geeks, you can. Just join our Discord, subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channels where you'll find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite geeks, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah!
Sarah!
Hi, Sarah.
And chat rooms with the cast and other members of our growing community. Remember, the best way to help us out with the algorithm is engagement. So watch the video all the way through, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that these platforms know to share us with everyone else. Speaking of engagement, we would love it if you would please make sure to clip any of your favorite moments from the show. Funny things, sad things, whatever you want. Beyond that, we have posts going up on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. So if you're in any of those platforms, follow us there as well for more geeky goodness.
Twitch Prime. I talk about it every week. It's free if you already have Amazon Prime. It awards you a 1-month subscription to any channel here on Twitch. Once per month, you do need to go in and resubscribe to that channel at no additional cost. Just link your accounts and click subscribe with Prime on that channel. If you're feeling charitable, please subscribe on Twitch and YouTube, perhaps gift subscriptions to others, cheer using bits, donate via PayPal, subscribe to our Patreon, and lastly, if you wish to become a sponsor or a partner for the New Age Geeks, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
And speaking of sponsors, if you enjoy the music we have going on here on the New Age Geeks channel, we highly recommend checking out the SonCraft bot. That is SonCraft bot. The SonCraft bot allows you to play open source community selected music and soundscapes directly from your Discord server with only a few clicks. Whether you're playing with friends or streaming on Twitch, you can use the audio stress-free. And with their Pro level subscription, you get shareable playlist codes, their playlist builder, access to 40 plus music genres, 20 plus soundscape types, global genre selections, and 2 premium Discord servers, all just for $10 a month. But if you use our referral code NAG, that is NAG, we'll get you $2 off of your subscription for the first 3 months. All you need to do to get started is invite the SonCraft bot of your choosing to your Discord server, then just hit play and let SonCraft take care of the rest. And we are also now partners with Dragon's Nest Delivery. If you don't know what Dragon's Nest Delivery is, it is a D&D shop with a ton of D&D essentials, including dice, apparel, homebrew adventures, and their Nat 20 card series, which we will be using here on Queer and Present Danger. And they even have a D&D subscription box, which includes dice, candy, one-shot adventures, minis, and a bunch of downloadable content as well. So when you go to check out, make sure to use our referral code NEWAGEGEEKS, all one word, for 18% off of your order. And yes, that even includes the D&D subscription box. So when you check them out, make sure to tell them that we sent ya. Is there any other announcements that anybody else has for this week? Okay. So, as we're slowly beginning to wrap up the first season of Queer and Present Danger, let's get into tonight's episode of said Queer and Present Danger. And we're back. So, last session, a bit of an intense one. The group decided to head back to the mines to follow the mine workers that they encountered. And while they were distracted, Bloom managed to steal another large chunk of the ether that they were mining down there. Then the group follows the mine workers that you guys encountered as they begin to make their trek off to who knows where. Once the nightfall hit, Bloom decides to do a little bit of recon and discovers that they were being paid to mine the ether, but maybe not being paid enough. And you also overheard that they have their own plans to possibly sell or distribute the ether. However, after stepping on a twig, sparking the attention of the workers as they begin to investigate the area. Bloom, you successfully retreated back to the camp, and the group set up for a long rest. However, during the first watch of Toby hears a noise and casts magic missile, thus initiating combat between the group that you guys had encountered and yourselves. There were some heavy hits had as Ashira fell in the midst of battle. After the battle was over, Ashira wasn't getting up, or just before combat ended, Ashira wasn't getting up, and Bloom, out of a moment of desperation, took out the Orb of Unraveling and cast Time Stop to bring a swift end to this combat, as well as, in a desperate plea, to bring Ashira back. And that is where we are picking up. But to do a quick little bit of housekeeping, Bloom, for what you did at the end of last session, you'll be getting a Life Reforged card out of the
Oh, snap.
Nat 20 card series.
Okay, let me grab it.
For those of you who don't know, the Life Reforged card reads, call upon the threads of fate to rewrite your destiny and evade death's grasp, but know that fate demands recompense. Present this card to cheat death, but be prepared to fulfill a predetermined destiny chosen by the cosmos. Once redeemed, ownership of this card is transferred to the recipient. And also, because you use the Orb of Unraveling, I need you to do me a favor and roll a D100.
What was the card called again? I realize I don't have them within reach of me right now. So
It is
the other ones.
Reforged.
Life Reforged. Gotcha. Okay. And D100 coming right up. 57.
You're lucky, for you do not experience any short-term madness at this time.
Okay.
But as the time stop comes to a close and you see the essence, this shadow slowly retreat backwards over your shoulder, you see Ashira still lying on the ground. Not moving.
Not breathing either.
She does not seem to be.
So the deal I made didn't work then.
Give me a perception check. the 15, it's barely noticeable with how little her chest is rising. She's not conscious, but whatever breath she is taking seems to be very weak.
All right. Without even saying another word, I'm gonna take. I have one healing potion. I'm gonna pour it into her mouth, like fumbling for the cork practically. Can't, like, just in case there's a timer or anything. I'm just freaking the fuck out.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for the heals. Talia, there's a bit of a commotion outside of the cart. As you sort of begin to open your eyes, you grasp your head as there's a bit of a sore, throbbing pain.
What happened? Gonna peek out of the cart.
As you exit the cart, you walk outside, or you take a step outside, and you see Ashira, pretty badly bruised and bleeding, lying in the snow. You see Bloom attempting to pour a health potion in her mouth. And what is Toby doing in this moment?
Toby has the trident that Ashira usually carries. And he's just leaning on it and crying.
As you step out and see this, you can see a giant green body a little further off. You see another corpse slightly adjacent.
Wait.
As well.
Wait. What happened? As I run out of the cart towards the rest of everybody. As I'm approaching, I'm pulling my cloak off to like wrap around Bloom as I'm seeing her shake. It's from cold.
Bloom is holding the orb in her hand, and she just looks up and goes, Talia, I did everything I could. I don't know if she's gonna be okay. I tried really hard.
You did your best. You did your best. It's okay. She'll be fine. We'll make sure she'll be fine.
7 hit points, by the way, for the potion.
As you pour the health potion into Ashira's mouth, you notice the breathing stabilize a little bit, but her body still lies still. As you all gather around, the snow begins to fall a little heavier, and there's a strong breeze that pushes through.
Need to get. Art.
Arilith, you're kind of quiet.
Sorry. We need to get her out of the snow and into the cart. Laying here, if we freeze, we're of no help.
I wordlessly cast Shape Water and just move the snow out from under her. And I go over and I just, one arm holding the trident, use the other arm to throw an arm of Ashira's over my shoulder. And I start trying to pick her up.
Oh, one of you bring the cart closer.
Okay. I'm going to gently set her down again. Not that I got very far with the full-grown adult in armor as a 12-year-old wizard. I'll go to the cart, try and bring it closer.
It's easy enough to bring the cart closer to where you guys are at. And without too much hassle, you guys are able to put Ashira's body in the cart and sort of gather yourselves up. It is still nighttime at the moment as the snow continues to fall. Are you going to want to try and set up camp again? Or do you guys want to keep moving?
I'm in a bad way. Can't hear you.
Rest is important. We should attempt to rest. I will stay up and keep watch.
Okay. I don't have a lot left. I'm just gonna curl up in the cart.
Blim's gonna fall asleep, like, next to Ashira, and, like, put the cloak on her that Talia gave me.
Okay.
My bedrolls and blankets and to wrap Shira and the kids. Make sure that they're warm. And then I'm going to keep watch.
Okay.
Kind of lightly singing songs from my hometown.
You are really quiet.
I don't know why. Does that help at all?
Yes.
Okay. Just where my mic is. Okay. I'm gonna start softly
playing my hand drum and singing songs from my mother as well.
Okay. During your watch, go ahead and give me a perception check.
A dirty 20.
With the dirty 20, it is eerily quiet out here, with the snowfall beginning to pick up. Again, you can hear the wind rustling the branches of the trees that are nearby. It's serene, but still there's something that just doesn't sit right with you. And with a dirty 20, you hear the sounds of a cart, or you hear like this wooden creaking as a cart seems to rush past you and begin to head towards the direction of where presumably the other cart was. You are. I'm so sorry. You are so quiet.
I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry. I'm going to put down my drum and pick up my daggers and creep to the edge of the cart to peek out the cart, see if I'm able to see anything.
As this cart sort of rushes past you, they don't seem to pay you guys any mind. You can see little bits of light off in the distance, which seem to be about 120 feet out. You can faintly see silhouettes moving, and you see it's really hard to pick it up with how much snow is coming down at the moment. But you see people get out, move and adjust something, and then both of these dark, shadowy silhouettes begin to move off and off in the distance.
Bet they were probably picking up bodies or whatever the bodies had on them. I'm gonna kind of sit on alert towards the end of the cart there. Just keep my senses about me a bit. Kind of look up at the sky. Is the sky clear tonight?
No, it seems to be pretty cloudy tonight. You can see the faint, diffused light of where the moons would be, but no clear sky.
I wish that speak to me right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, Mom. I'm just gonna sit down and check out my party and make sure that everybody's okay.
While you do that, you do notice Toby is quite injured, so a few scorch marks across his clothing. And same with Bloom. Whatever happened, they seem to have gone through a rough battle. But they're alive.
So what happened, guys? So sorry. Sorry that I failed.
The rest of your watch seems to go by without any issue or precedent. And if I could please have Talia and Toby deafen themselves. It's dark and quiet. Ashira, you open your eyes to an unfamiliar space. These pale, light purple walls sort of surround you. This doesn't look right. As you wake up, you don't feel any pain. You can hear just a little bit of a soft mumbling in a dark corner of the room.
I'll start to get up and make my way towards the mumbling. Do I see what it is?
It seems to be an older woman. Light purple skin, white curly hair, these magnificent horns that seem to stretch backwards. And you can just see her sort of curled up in the corner, just mumbling to herself. It's like, it wasn't supposed to be like this. I was supposed to help. And she doesn't seem to notice your approach.
I'm just like trying to panic process. Does this look like it's someone who could be related to Bloom?
It does.
Oh my god.
Give me a quick perception check.
Yeah. Perception. 19.
With a 19, you sort of see this dark, shadowy corner. Seems to be a little out of place, in a sense. You see that her shadow is larger than it should be, and you see a different set of horns as well, just towering over, and a small, deep chuckle.
Mm-mm. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna change my earlier question a little bit. Does this look like someone who could be related to Bloom, or does this just look like Bloom but old?
Combination of both. And Bloom, your eyes begin to flutter open, and you find yourself in this purple room as well. There doesn't seem to be any real, like, doors or anything or any furniture within this room. But you can see just two very small, sort of circular windows towards the top. Bloom, you begin to hear this mumbling as well.
I'm gonna... I guess, do I need to do a perception check too, or no?
Yeah, if you want to give
Fine.
me...
Okay.
I would
don't
say
know
this would
how
be
loud
with
the mumbling
advantage.
is. Okay.
The mumbling is loud enough for you to hear. It's more of, like, what you see in this moment.
Gotcha. That's not great. It's with advantage, an 8.
Well, either way, you still... So you wake up in this dazed state, tired, confused, emotionally drained. But you see a
Like, do I
familiar
see the
figure.
woman, but I don't see the shadow, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Do I see Ashira too?
You do see Ashira.
I'm gonna immediately run up to the woman and just throw myself in her arms. Just start weeping.
You run up, jump into her arms, and she immediately takes you into an embrace. And her mumbling slowly starts to become choked sobs. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I never got a chance to tell you, but I'm really sorry.
I know you are. I just wish I could have done more to help.
That was all my mistake.
We're going to fix this. I know we are.
Have you been okay?
I've been better. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, being in here.
Is Ashira staying here now too?
And Ashira, you notice this woman turns to look over at you. I wish I could have done more to help you as well.
It wasn't your fault. I made a choice, and it was a bad one. Bloom, it wasn't your fault either.
Ashira, hey. I haven't been honest about a lot of things, and I know that you were really suspicious of a lot of it. But I'd like for you to meet my mom.
Kind of step closer, and I'll sort of just kneel down and sit back on my heels next to Bloom. And then just kind of look at her mom. It's nice to meet you. You have an amazing daughter.
I really do. I haven't been able to see much, but from what I've been able to hear, thank you for taking care of her during the time that you've known her.
She's taking care of me just as much.
Ashira. You know where we are right now?
I'm not really sure, no.
This is Wither.
The shadow that's attached to your mom.
What?
And I'll look up at the shadow.
Do I see it now?
Now that she points it out, you're able to see, once again, it's oddly familiar, but it's a bigger, more intimidating shadow with even larger horns stretched out. While it's not your mom, it is another presence within Wither.
I gasp and I take a small step back. I go, just you.
As you both look up at the shadow, you can see these red orbs begin to glow in where the face would be. As a little bit of a smile begins to peek through. You said anything.
No. I'm not worth anything, Bloom. Absolutely not.
Well, you're wrong. And I wasn't gonna let anything bad happen to anyone else again.
Bloom, bad things are always going to happen.
Not if we can fix it. We can fix things.
Not everything. And that's okay. Some things are going to break, and they're going to stay broken. It's not
Oh.
your fault.
But we're gonna be legends.
Maybe.
How are we legends if we can't even save ourselves? Or each other?
Not everyone can be saved, and not all stories have a happy ending, Bloom.
Well, I was able to save parts of you. You might be here for a little while until things can be put back together. You see, Bloom, I'm not exactly the healing type.
Yeah, that's for sure. What have you been doing to my mom?
Just keeping her company. Giving her little glimpses every now and then. But once we get to where we need to go, then we can all be free. Now, it's taking up a lot of energy to keep you all in here. Especially you, as he turns to look at you, Bloom.
I'm gonna hug Ashira. I'm sorry I couldn't do more. I'm especially sorry if Wither's mean to you.
I'll just kind of hold Bloom for a minute and kind of press a kiss to the top of her forehead. I'll be mean right back, Bloom. Don't even worry about it.
And I'm gonna fix this, and you won't be here very long, okay? I'm gonna fix this for you and my mom.
Your mother sort of joins in on this embrace. Well, at least now I'll have good company.
I'll tell you everything you've missed.
I'd appreciate that.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, dear. And slowly the room begins to grow darker as Bloom, your vision begins to go black. And you are shunted back into your body.
Am I awake?
You are awake, and then everybody can undeafen.
I love you, Rima.
I love you too. Sorry.
We need
I'm
to get
gonna-
Arilith's attention.
They're back.
Okay.
While everyone's waking up, I'm gonna immediately jump onto like Arilith and like not Arilith, why did I say Ashira, and like start like baking her to try to wake her up.
You all begin to wake up from your rest. Talia, the rest of your watch going by without any issue.
Oh, Blue,
have to check on Ashira. I have to check on Ashira.
Yeah. What's going on?
I have to make sure she's okay. I don't know if it was a dream or not.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. But I need to just make sure that Ashira's okay.
11 on a medicine check. Is she still breathing?
It is very shallow breaths.
She's alive. I don't know how okay, but she's breathing still.
Okay.
That's a good sign.
Okay. Okay.
We need to get back to where there's going to be some heavier-handed healers. I don't have anything on me to help anything at all. I'm not so good at making people feel better. That's her job. We need to get to the closest healer.
All I had was that one potion and these stupid oranges.
Those oranges seem to be pretty unpredictable, so... Where's the closest civilization?
Well, I think it's that town. Or the one we came from. Do we go back or do we go forward?
Do you see what I have any idea which would be closest, or do any of us?
I would say at this point, you know that traveling back to Wimborne would take longer than getting to Harrisville, the nearest village, where you guys would presume that the people that were in the mines were headed.
I think we should push forward. There's got to be someone in Harrisville that can help us.
Didn't we call for backup? Where's my brother? Where's anybody?
There was a cart that went by in the middle of the night. I was afraid that it was someone here to do us harm. They didn't pay us any mind when they went by.
Okay. Harrisville.
Harrisville.
Sid, you guys check to see if those that attacked you had anything on them that we could use.
No, wait. I didn't think to do that.
I didn't think so. They might have something. It's a long shot, but I'm gonna check before we take off.
Maybe some
Okay.
healing potions or something.
Or at least some bandages or a couple of blankets or something.
Maybe we should get... I don't even know if I should say it, but maybe some more of the ether? I have to check my notes. I don't remember what it was called. Hopefully it's...
Yeah, either.
Okay, yeah. I don't know, we might want to steal it before the people that they were gonna give it to get it.
Yeah. Unless that's who came in the middle of the night.
I'm going to out and go poke around, see what I can find. Light.
Okay, so are you investigating the bodies or are you investigating their campsite?
Both.
Okay.
I'll help.
Me too.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation with advantage.
$21.
16.
So, on sort of the head honcho that seemed to be doing the hardest of hits, you notice he is wearing what seems to be a magical cloak. Seems to have a magical dagger at his side, as well as some spellcasting components, which I can forward you guys later for the spell components. And then at their campsite, you notice that the cart that was slightly scorched is completely gone. You can see the track marks in the snow of the direction that it was headed. At their campsite, it seems like they were in a bit of a hurry. You can see their campfire is still just embers at this point. And they seem to have left their bedrolls, their blankets. There seems to be a few rations, as well as one healer's kit.
Snatch all of that up, get to the cart. Basically, try to make Ashira like a little nest out of the bedrolls and blankets so that she doesn't bounce around too much in the cart when we're going, further aggravate any injuries. I'm not proficient with any healer's tools. I don't know if either of you know how to use these or not.
No. I could try. I don't know how good I would be.
I swear in Sylvan and for all of the education that I got, it's the one thing I was only taught. Why was I never taught how to help people?
Maybe
Should have
if
been
we
taught.
both do it together, maybe it'll be better. Maybe both of us can figure it out. I'll help. I'll give Talia the help action.
So, Talia, I will let you make a medicine check at advantage.
Actually rolled well. That would be a 17.
With the 17, you're able to sort of stabilize Ashira in a way. You sort of tend to her wounds, and with a 17 as well, you can sort of pick up that the injuries that she has sustained are very quite severe, and potentially seems to be in almost like a comatose state.
Hey, I think that if maybe stopped some of the major stuff from getting any worse, we need to get her to a healer really fast. So we need to get to Harrisville as quick as we can.
All right. You all pack up your stuff and begin your trek to Harrisville.
I don't know if this is gonna help, but we've got Chestnut strapped to the front of the cart, right?
Yeah.
This is only gonna last for a minute. But holding the glowing queen wok as it's listed in my inventory. I'm gonna cast Enlarge on Chestnut and hope that for at least a minute we get an extra burst of speed here.
Yeah. You cast Enlarge on Chestnut, and the horse grows in size. And as you sort of whip the reins, you get that burst of speed as you all begin to lurch forward. And it does seem to increase the speed for that minute.
So, what are we gonna do?
We're doing what we can to get her to a healer. Go from there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Bloom is just quiet.
every so often, Toby's going to start writing in his journal little diagrams, little hexagons and circles and lines and turtle shells and bubbles. And every so often while he's doing this, he's going to keep looking back at Ashira. As he's making a new spell.
Okay. You guys continue your journey. Chestnuts, hooves, crunching in the snow. As you sort of follow the track marks that were left from the night previously by the other two carts. The snowfall has lightened up a bit from the previous night, making it easier to track these cart marks, these track marks in the snow. But by the end of the day, you guys see a little village on the horizon. And it's up to you if you want to set up camp for the night or continue to push through as you see faint torchlight on the edge of the horizon.
I say we push through. But you guys need to sleep. I'll drive the cart. Through. I don't need as much rest as you all, and you all are still hurt.
Yeah.
Wake us if you need anything.
I will.
You guys beginning to rest, and Talia, you pushing through, driving the cart. Chestnut slows down a little bit after traveling all day, but at some point in the middle of the night, you pass a sign that just says Harrisville with an arrow pointing towards the village. And as it begins to creep closer, you can see not exactly walls, but like a little sort of border of the city with like these about hip-high cobblestone walls surrounding it. You can see faint torchlight in the streets. But the village is quiet.
Just sleep in the village. I'm gonna, as we come in, my eyes and ears out for any signs of anyone that might be awake or any signage on buildings that may indicate that a healer be present, or like an inn.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me perception.
Did the track stop at the village?
The tracks continued on into the village.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
With the dirty 20, you don't see anybody awake, or at least in the streets. All of the houses seem to have lights off. All of the buildings, all of the light sources seem to be on the outside of the buildings. So, like you said, a sleepy little village. But you see signage of an inn just a little further up ahead.
inn and wake Toby. Toby, there's an inn.
Okay.
Stay here with the cart. I'm gonna run in real quick.
Okay.
See if the door's open to the inn.
The door is open. You can see very dim lighting on the inside, a very simple, like, sort of tavern for this first floor. You can see a young halfling woman just sort of seeming to be nodding off at the front desk. But there doesn't seem to be any patrons in the tavern at this moment.
I'm going to kind of rush up to the desk, trying not to like startle her, but also trying to be quick. Excuse me.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Hi, we've just gotten into town. One of my traveling companions is very, very injured. We need help.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could check out the, what is it? The local temple for a healer, but I don't know if they'll be awake right now.
It's bad, and we don't know what to do. She's our healer. What are you supposed to do when your healer is the one that's hurt?
I'm really, truly sorry to hear that. I really am. Again, I think the local temple might be your best bet. We have like a local doctor, but again, it's very late. I'm really sorry. I don't know why I'm so tired.
Where is the temple?
Yes, just on the northern side of the city.
Thank you. Thank you. And I slide a silver across the counter and run back out to the cart.
Okay. You run back out to the cart, regrouping with your group, and I think now would be a good time to call a quick break. So we will be back in about 10-ish minutes, and we will see you all then. So we will be right back. And we are back. Picking up where we left off, you guys are in the cart, making your way to the temple on the northern side of town. Again, as you begin to trek through, the town is very, very quiet. Like, you think that you would expect to see at least a couple of people wandering the streets. There is nothing here but torchlit roads as you begin to make your way. As you begin to approach the temple, it's hard to see this late at night with the light cloud cover, but it looks like this temple is old, decrepit, in the middle of construction, maybe? Whatever it is, it seems to be not completely put together. But it's a temple. As you guys approach, you see the two torches on either side of these giant wooden doors that face the entrance, or that is the entrance.
As we pull up, I'm gonna hop out of the cart and run right up to the door and start banging on it.
Can I do
Immediately.
a religion check for what kind of temple this is? Sorry,
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, you're running up to the temple. It's 15.
15, you don't see any obvious symbols on the outside of the church. From what you can gather, this might just be a small universal place of worship. Is what you can gather. And Toby, you're banging on the doors. And you hear the slight shuffle of footsteps from the other side.
I'm gonna keep banging until the door opens.
The door begins to creak open. You can't see their face, but you can sort of see the faint torchlight reflecting in their eyes as they peek through the doors.
Help, 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 help.
Oh, all right. With what?
Grab. Drag. Come on, come on!
You... Oh, okay. You drag them to the cart. And now that they're in more of a light, you see this figure with, like, deep, dark red skin and long, sort of, like, honey blonde hair that seems to almost flicker a little bit as they have a hood up above their head. All right, what are we dealing with?
She's not waking up.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look at her. Excuse me, sorry. And you see this cloaked figure begin to sort of step foot in the cart and sort of push away at the blankets and bedrolls as she lays the back of her hand to Ashira's forehead and then brings it down to her neck as if to try and feel a pulse. And... Sorry. And then a faint glow starts to emit from her hands as she starts at Ashira's head and begins to trace down her body. We should probably get her inside. Can one of you, or can you?
I'll help. Yeah.
As she's pointing at you. she sort of scoops underneath Ashira's armpits, and Talia, you take the legs as you begin to bring her inside of the temple. Inside of the temple, it's very, very dimly lit. Again, you see a couple of pews, you see an altar space that seems to have, that seems to stand out a bit. There seems to be this very, like, ornate, like, altar space in the center of this very average temple.
Could I see if there's any religious stuff on the altar?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me either perception or investigation for this.
No religion?
I'll allow religion.
Okay, I'm really good at that one. I just want to know if there's like religious symbols like that are that's a 10.
No obvious religious symbols. But as you sort of place her on the altar space, she takes off her hood. And you can see her hair again sort of glowing like embers in a fire. These deep-set eyes with very large dark circles, bags under the eyes. And again, you see her close her eyes for a second and just begin to mumble to herself as this glow emanates from her hands, and once again she begins to trace over Ashira's body. This might take some time, but I'll see what I can do. Please, feel free to make yourselves at home.
I'm gonna take Talia aside. Hey, Talia?
What's up, Bloom?
I know it's kind of late, but there's usually some lights. Isn't it kind of weird? When you went into the inn, were there any, like, was there anyone at the tavern or anything, like, up late?
Just the person that was working the front desk. But that's happened before in smaller town.
Okay. It just seems like everyone's asleep. Like everybody.
It's nighttime.
But like
It's very late. How was it where you were growing up?
well, there's some night owls. I just figured I'd see some lights every once in a while.
It also depends on the nature of the people that live here, what they do for a living, and what their heritage is. Elves like me don't need to sleep much, but a lot of beings do.
Talia, I think if the people that were in the mines were here, there's something you should probably know. And maybe I'm just being a little paranoid, but you know how my staff sometimes can learn spells from people that I'm gonna whisper.
I mean, I knew your staff was pretty powerful, but I didn't know how it obtained its spells.
Well, When I killed the caster back there, Rolgod learned mass suggestion.
Well, that's useful.
That means the caster knew that spell.
Do you think everybody's under some sort of spell?
I think we should definitely be really, really careful.
Even so, maybe it's just a sleepy spell.
I hope it's just a sleepy spell. Or, I mean, it could be anything. Maybe. I'm overthinking everything and I'm just worried about everything. I don't like this. I miss only worrying about what I'm gonna eat for dinner and what those oranges are gonna do.
You get used to worrying about everything. Unfortunately, it becomes normal.
Just. We gotta make sure we're on high alert. I don't think we could trust anyone that's been around these guys.
I agree. That's why we're gonna stay right here. And we're not gonna leave Ashira alone.
Relay everything to Toby with the rings in his head.
I have an idea. And I'm going to walk over to the woman who's apparently helping us. And I will start casting Identify on her. So, with Identify, if you touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
I will say, seeing you approach, you sort of reach to sort of touch her on the arm, and she sort of pulls away. I'm sorry. Can I help you? What is it?
Hand, please.
He wants
For what?
uppies.
Hold my hand.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Five.
Can I help him?
How are you going to help Toby?
I'm gonna have a full-blown little girl meltdown and hope to distract her a little bit. And I'm just gonna like throw myself on top of Ashira and start sobbing, and a lot of it's gonna be acting and a lot of it's not gonna be acting. And I'm just gonna start like scream sobbing like, she can't be gone, no, gosh, like, I'm just gonna start saying like, you're my best friend, and we should have protected you more. I'm gonna look at Toby like hurry, do it. I don't know what I have to roll to try to distract her, but or if that's just the help action. But
It can be either you roll either persuasion or deception, or Toby gets advantage. And Toby, are you trying to ritually cast this?
Yeah. Because I don't have it prepared. It's got to be a ritual.
Okay. So I'll let you two decide who gets to make this roll.
are you any good at I guess would this be a performance check? I don't know.
You are more
could be
charismatic than I
performance.
am.
Okay, I'll do a performance. It's the same. It's just charisma. I'm gonna not use those dice. Those dice have been hit or miss today. Okay.
All right. Yes.
That's a 9.
She sort of takes a step back and is just a little bit taken aback by the scene that is laid out in front of her. I'm really sorry, sweetheart.
You have to do something. You have to help. We're out of options. We don't know where to go or who to ask for help. And thank you so much.
As the glow that was once surrounding her hand begins to fade away. Unfortunately, for the time being, there's nothing that I can immediately do. It seems like something else has a hold of her.
But what does that mean? Something else?
So, her body is present, but her soul doesn't seem to be. It would take a lot of magic and a lot of time to try and bring her back. Until I can figure out what has got this hold of her, it's gonna take a while. I'm sorry.
No, you're supposed to fix this.
And little one, I'm trying my best.
We came all this way so you could fix this.
What? When you say that her soul isn't there, do you mean that somebody's taken it? Where?
It's completely possible that something else has a hold of it.
Where else could her soul possibly be?
That I don't know. Like I said, it'll take a lot of time and resources to try and find this. To figure this out, and once I have more answers, the more I'd be able to do.
What guidance can you give us for how to go
My
about
Discord crashed.
finding these.
Un momento, por favor.
Oh no.
They were frozen.
Tech gremlin, strike again.
My Discord crashed. I am so sorry.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Sorry, you were saying?
Whoa, now all of our cameras are off.
It like fixed itself, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry. So,
Oh, there it is.
You were saying?
What guidance could you give us to our next steps in figuring out where her soul might be?
Well, if you could provide any context on, because obviously it looks like she was in a battle.
Yeah.
I was not present, but they were. They may be able to tell you more.
I don't remember the details. I just know we got hit a lot. We won. But at what cost?
Bloom, Toby, which opponent landed the final blow with Ashira? Was it the big guy?
I don't remember.
The big guy was close to her, but there was a caster that was really strong.
And did you guys defeat the caster?
One of them got away.
Oh.
Yeah, the caster, I defeated the caster, yeah.
Do you know if she was hit with this at all? And I pulled out the magical dagger that I took off of the big one.
It all happened so fast.
I was really far away. I was trying to follow the one that ran.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry that all happened to you guys.
The stupid thing is I wasn't around, so I don't even have anything to tell you, and I just need to don't know what to do next. Because this is my fault.
No, it's not.
It's not your fault, Talia.
Placing the blame on someone isn't going to solve any problems.
It may not solve anything. But think this is what... This is the lesson that I needed to learn. This is what happens. I don't step up. And I try to run away. So I just need to know what to do next.
Well, I can also see that she wears a variety of religious symbols around her neck.
Any of them yours?
No.
Oh.
But I can pray. I can try and do a little bit more magic, but until I get a concrete answer, I'm not entirely sure that there's much I can do.
Do
You
you
always
know...
tired?
Not usually.
I have two options. I can try to help you. As a way of saying thank you for helping us. We can either give you a dodgy orange, which may or may not actually help or do anything at all, or I could cast an invigoration spell.
Well,
Might help you help us a little more.
what exactly this the invigoration spell?
Yeah. I'm a very powerful wizard.
What are you thinking?
Well, it depends on why you're tired, but might not do anything. I just need your permission to try.
I mean, go for it.
Dispel magic. 4th level.
Okay.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range, 120 feet. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th or higher, you automatically end the effects of a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal to or less than the level of the spell slot you used.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll.
Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Spellcasting ability is...
Oh, and you have your rock? You have your green rock?
Oh, I do have my green walk.
That will give you a +2 to this roll.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
+2?
+2.
22.
Alright. As you cast Dispel Magic, you notice almost this
Whoosh.
dark sort of aura wash away from this individual as she sort of squeezes her eyes shut and rub at her temples. Oh my gosh.
Another
What?
scoot on Toby's back lights up.
What is going on?
Good morning, princess.
You were right, Bloom. Something's going on in this town.
God.
It's kind of fishy.
Oh my god. That wasn't Bloom, that was me. Wow. Okay. Him.
Hi.
Wow.
I don't know how much you remember, but you were helping us. We got a problem here.
I remember that much.
Okay. Just checking. Kind of
you-
hoping you had something up your sleeves that you hadn't used yet.
No, just something in her eye. Looks like sleep.
Did you meet anyone recently? Like a caster, or
I mean, yeah,
I don't remember
did.
what the caster looked like. Fuck. Like looking at my notes. Oh, I don't know what the cloak looked like either. Like, I don't know what color it was, or I know they had like a magical cloak.
You kind of looted the cloak off of his body.
I know.
I have the cloak.
I'm just gonna like grab it out of Talia's bag and go, "Did you meet anyone with this cloak recently? Do you recognize it?"
I mean, yeah, I did.
Oh. Could you describe the person, please?
Well, they were humanoid in nature, had like tannish skin, dark hair.
Name is Mal.
I never got their name.
Well, did they put you under a spell of some kind, along with everybody else in this sleepy little town?
I mean, it seems to be that way, doesn't it?
Wake up.
I'm sorry, it is the middle of the night.
I am 12 years old. I am
With a
well aware
flask
that
of
it is.
unending coffee. He's
Wait,
always
I am well aware that it is the middle of the night. One of the most important people in the world is laying down in front of you. She needs our help. I don't care if it's the middle of the night, the middle of the day, or the end of the world. She needs help, and I want to help her.
I understand that. I do. But what I told you before is still true. Until we are able to locate and her soul, essentially, figure out what has this hold on it, there's not much I can do.
I get that, and we're gonna do everything we can to figure out where that soul may have gone, but we don't even have a hint of a direction on which way to go to start that journey. And right now, the fate of the world be damned, we need to bring her back. She started with us on this journey. She's going to finish with us on this journey.
She's the only reason I'm on this journey. My mom said it was okay to go because she was looking after me. She said she was going to keep me safe.
Don't worry,
And I couldn't
Toby.
keep her safe.
We'll get her back, Toby.
Put my hand on Toby's shell. Don't worry, Toby. You're safe. You'll
I'm
be
not
safe.
worried.
And we'll get her back. I don't know who stole her beautiful soul, but we will fucking get it back.
Listen, cleric lady, whatever your name is. We're the Dreamwalkers. We have gone to other planes of existence to rescue people before. We can do it again. Especially for one of our own. And you said yourself, she's got multiple talismans of gods. And I'm pretty sure that there's other people in the world that owe her a favor.
Not just this world.
We'll figure it out. And to the unmoving body of Ashira. We'll figure it out. I promise.
We will, and we're not gonna stop trying.
Alright. I will do what I can. Again, it's gonna take time. I understand that you want her back now. But unfortunately, you are going to have to be patient.
You're telling that to a couple of kids.
I know. I know.
Patience is something that my race has a lot of. I am not sure the children possess the same at this moment.
Not really, no.
My people are usually in a hurry.
If it's the only thing we can do, then fine.
I would go get some rest. I will start my work. And I will contact you on any developments that I may have.
Can I ask you one more question first, please?
Of course.
Sorry, I keep up bringing the person with the cloak, but when you met them, were there other people around? Was it a big gathering?
When I met them, no. It was maybe a few weeks ago. They said something about needing space to build.
Build what?
Now that part I don't know.
What space?
Oh no.
What?
Underneath the temple.
You need to take us there right now.
Are you
You need to take us there right now.
are you sure you don't want to?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll blow a hole in the floor. Get there faster if you want. Or you can show us the way.
No need for that, Toby.
Told you, not very patient.
I understand the whole not patient thing, but because they said they were building something big, and again, I'm not sure what that something is, but with the materials they have, blowing a hole in the floor might make it worse.
Shira would want us to make sure there's nothing bad happening. Okay? And if Ashira were awake right now, she would have definitely blown a hole in the floor by now.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Maybe not a hole in the floor, but she definitely would have been persistent.
Can you please take us down there?
Well, before you do, you said they're building something?
Something. Yeah.
And no indication on what this something may entail? You said that they're using some volatile materials?
Yeah.
And they needed a lot
Such
of
as?
space.
Some kind of green rock, from what I saw.
We know a bit about that rock. Okay.
Has there also been shipments of lumber?
I mean, yeah.
Told you it was a conspiracy. I was right.
Cute. Is there a place that before we go and look at this construction site, we may be able to stock up and obtain some items of healing in case of emergency? As you can see, our healer is down.
I mean, I can see what I have. We're kind of a small town, but just allow me to go check and I'll see what I can get you.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
As she steps away.
Investigation check. I'm looking for stairs. I'm looking for something.
Kids.
Go ahead and roll.
Kids.
Investigation.
I'm also going to investigate.
15.
Go ahead
I
and
was
roll,
just going to
Cody.
give them
Oh,
Plume advantage.
all right. Wow, okay, it's both 15s.
We're so good at this.
We are. We just had 1, 2, 3, search. We both
Stairs.
just searched the same places together.
Yeah. You said you got a 15?
Mhm.
It takes some time before you're able to really find anything, but you are able to find a sort of tucked away in a back corner, a little stairwell that descends downward.
It just takes some time. Let it go. You're in the middle of the. Sorry. Talia, we got the stairs.
Okay. And
Let's go!
how about we don't go charging into places that we know that are supercharged with magic without some way to heal ourselves if we get hurt? You know, since our healer is lying unconscious.
She was never really a healer. She was
She's the
just our
only-
friend.
She was supposed to not have to worry about us.
But she also is the only one that had the ability and the skills to help in that way.
Except this red lady.
Yeah, and that's why we need to wait for her to come back. She went to go look to see if she had some potions or bandages or something for us to take with us. I'm not going empty-handed into potential danger ever again. I want to not ever have to be in a position where I can't help again. I was never taught to help. I was taught to lead. I was taught to fight. Well, that I did myself. Either way, I was not taught useful skills.
I can tell that Talia is rattled, so I'm gonna wait, but I am gonna peek down the stairs. Like, without going down, I'm just gonna, like...
You can see the faintest light green glow at the bottom of the stairs.
Perception to see if I hear anyone down there
Yeah, go ahead.
or anything. Wow, okay. 8.
Unfortunately, you do not hear anything coming from downstairs.
Alright, I'll wait for the lady to come back. And I'll wait right here, though. I'm just gonna, like, stare a hole into the stairway. Just kind of bouncing up and down, like...
All
I'm
right.
gonna take out my stuffed turtle and just hug it.
After a few minutes, she
Hours.
returns. After a few minutes, she returns. And you can see she has a couple of bottles in her hand, as well as a staff now sort of slung across her back. I don't have much, but what I do have, I'm sure you'll appreciate. And she hands you 2 regular potions of healing and 1 greater potion of healing.
Do I recognize the staff?
Give me Arcana.
I'll also roll it.
19.
Never mind. No, I guess I might as well. I'm proficient. 30-20.
You guys would recognize this as a staff of healing.
Well, that's neat.
And I have this staff. I don't know if you guys wanted to use it or if you might want assistance down there, but
If you are open to coming with us, I know that Bloom is pretty good with a magical staff, but she has her own, and it's a big help. So, if you have the ability to, it would be nice if you would come with us. I wouldn't mind another adult in company.
yeah, I can.
Hello,
try my
Raiders.
best. Hello.
Hi.
But with her now sort of joining your group, what is it that you'd like me to focus on? Did you want more of the healing and support, or I'm not very well versed in combat, but
Healing and support and a knowledge of what you know of what's going on down here. Not
All I
going in
know is-
blind would be great.
all I know is that they're preparing for something big. Whether that be summoning something or... that's the only thing I can really think of that they would need that much magic for, summoning something big.
Well, any insight and knowledge to the Arcana is going to be of help. And we do appreciate the company while we see what's going on. So maybe if we can help your town, you're better able to help our friend.
That is completely possible. And whatever resources they have down there might help us as well.
Agreed.
You ready?
Do you guys want me to go down first? Or
No.
did you guys want to? Okay.
I'm ready. I'll go. I'm right here.
Well, with that, you guys can lead the way.
All right. What's our marching order?
I'm
Toby and
closest,
Bloom in the
so I'm
front.
Oh yeah,
Oh, God.
Toby and I both looked. Yeah, we're both just like.
Is
shock
it
and
dark
awe.
down there?
It is very dark. Oh, and one
Do you
thing
have
I
any-
forgot to mention, DM brain fart, on the guy's body from before you did find goggles.
Magic
That's my
goggles.
bad. Magic goggles.
I forgot to
Magic
say.
goggles. If only we had identified them.
I didn't want to like interrupt, so I like forgot to like say this when you were describing everything, but like I'm just gonna take the caster and put him in the body bag of holding. Because Ashira said only bad guys go in the body bag of holding, and that was definitely a bad guy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if only we had identified 3 magic items that we got.
Because it was my brain fart, I will allow you guys to identify this if you wanted to, because that was completely my fault. There is...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Imagine Bloom
I
like
mean, we
takes his
had-
head out of the bag and goes, "Did you meet this guy?" And sorry.
We had, what, 1 full day of travel?
Yeah.
So we could have identified 1 of the 3 magic items.
You would
Yeah.
have had time to identify all of them if you wanted. That is my brain fart, so that was my bad.
Yeah, I'll have identified them on the travel.
So it is a cloak of displacement, goggles of night vision, and a baleful talon is the dagger.
Baleful Talon?
A baleful talon.
Definitely would have given the goggles to one of the kids, because I already have night vision.
I believe I'm the only one who does not have night vision.
Tiefling, I'm good.
So I'll take those goggles.
What does the cloak do?
So the
That's
cloak of
a-
displacement gives disadvantage to attack rolls made on the person wearing the cloak until that, and then if the person is hit, then the cloak of displacement is like basically stops until
It basically.
it's basically
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll shut up.
no, you're good.
You're like there's like a second you, kind of like it looks like you're kind of like a mirage.
It
a
makes you
little,
look
like,
blurry.
Yeah, it's like someone got like double vision kind of, and they like don't know where to aim properly. But then like once they hit you, then they're like, oh, okay, like that's where she is. Love that dang thing. That's a good one.
Would that be useful for you, Bloom?
That'd be useful for anyone. Like, I guess whoever would be, like, hit the most, like, whoever would be in melee most often would probably.
How do you spell the name of the Dagger?
BALEF UL. I can send you the link. I'll put it in the QPD chat.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it's not coming up on VTT or D&D Beyond.
I assumed it was homebrewed.
It was not.
It's a Baleful Talon, you said?
Yeah, I put it in the QPD chat.
Okay.
But you guys begin to make your way down the stairs. And as you get down the stairs, you can start to hear a little bit more of a commotion, a little bit more noise. There seems to be hammers hitting metal. There seems to be hammers hitting wood. You can hear some light chatter, but can't make out any real conversation. But as you guys trek downwards, the soft green glow that appears at the bottom of the stairs is getting brighter and brighter. And I'm assuming you guys are sneaking downstairs, or are you rushing downstairs?
Depends on whether or not Talia scolded me for going too fast.
Yes, I would have warned them to be cautious.
Okay, I'm gonna need a group stealth check.
Kind of mad it was a good roll.
$15.
What? You got a 15? I got a 16.
Bloom?
None of that matters.
What did you do?
Bloom.
Yeah.
Did you roll on that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, I sure did.
Oh no.
Okay. So,
Chef's
Bloom, you
kiss.
sort of speed up a little bit ahead of Toby, and as you reach the bottom of the stairs, you accidentally kick a rock.
Not the damn rocks. It's always a rock.
But Toby, being a little more cautious than usual or than expected, you sort of pull Bloom aside, and you can hear the entire room go quiet. As the three of you sort of stand there and begin to peer into the room, you see a very extravagant yet messy place. You see a handful of people that seem to be hard at working at building structures. You see little bits of glowing green rock all set in like this runic sort of pattern towards the center of the room. You see an altar space with a little square box in the middle of it. And you see a figure standing. Nope, not standing. You see this figure kneeling, hunched over this box with their hand extended on top of it, mumbling something.
Don't like this.
So I'm just gonna in Talia's mind. I'm gonna say, should I counterspell? I don't know why I'm whispering in your mind, but this is really scary, and I think they heard me.
How big is the box?
It's about the size of a cigar box.
And is it?
So, about that big, about that thick.
What do you think I should do, Talia? I can counterspell. I don't have to say anything for that one.
Will it alert them to our presence?
Yeah, I think it might. Because it would. I don't know what they're doing, so I don't know if it's better to let them finish that or not.
I'm gonna take it away from him.
There's how many of them were there?
You can see 4 figures that are currently working, plus the 1 figure that is in the center of this chamber. Currently kneeled down in the center of this runic circle.
And his hand's just on the box?
His hand is on the box.
We talking like on the box or on the box?
On the box.
That's a shame. That's a real shame.
Leah, I don't want to do anything without you being aware, but I really think that nothing good can happen from whatever that person's doing. Can I counterspell it?
Yeah.
Third
They are
level.
currently 60 feet away from you.
That is as far as I need.
Me too.
Okay. What are you two doing?
Bloom first.
3.
I'm
Okay,
casting
I'm gonna need you-
catapult on the box.
Okay. Bloom, I need you to roll.
Not gonna use the one that I had a nat 1. I'm gonna use new dice. Okay.
My heart is in my chest.
I know.
In your chest? That's where it should be, buddy.
I mean, throat. I'm forgetting how anatomy works. I'm so stressed out.
I'm sorry. I'm looking. Okay, this is that's a wizard spell. Okay. So that's oh fuck. Okay, that's a 22.
Oh my god, yes.
So. And then Toby, you said you're casting catapult on the box?
Yes.
Which way are you sending the box?
I'm launching it towards us in a 90-foot line. Because whatever it is, I don't like that they have it. And I'm gonna smash it against a wall near us.
Okay. So in short order, Bloom, you watch as whatever they're mumbling, there seems to be a faint green glow coming from their hands, and then it dissipates. And then as that light dissipates, their head cocks as the box shoots out of their hand towards you guys and smashes up against a wall. And you hear an unfortunately familiar voice. What was that? As their head snaps towards you, and you see a familiar face of Dorian.
Shut up!
As
Fucking
the
D.
box smashes against the wall, it shatters, and you see 2 necklaces and a small toy drop out of the box. It seems to be a little ship.
Ashira dreamed of a ship. We don't know that. But she did.
Nailed it.
It was a small ship toy and
2 necklaces
Okay.
and a ring fall out of the box. As his head snaps to turn towards you. What do you think you're doing?
What are we doing?
Trying to get them back! And that is where we are going to call session.
What?
So, I want to thank everybody so much for watching. Thank you all for the raids. Tomorrow we have investigation check, I believe.
Yep.
Forgive me, I cannot remember who it's with, but tomorrow, same place, same time, we have investigation check. And next week we are back with Forging Fates, and QPD will be back in 2 weeks. Same place, same time. So, once again, thank you all for joining us. And we will see you all. Make sure to stick around for the raid, guys. So, once again, we will see you later. And remember, we love you, Geeks.